India Today TV, along with 70 other news channels, is a proud member of the News Broadcasters Association since 2007. We strictly follow the code of ethics and guidelines issued by NBSA. Beware of unregulated channels.
Farmers across the country in different parts participated in a Bharat Bandh. However, there was a mixed response. Most of the farmers who came out in strong support of the opposition called Bandh were in Punjab and Haryana. But in other parts, the Bandh received lukewarm response. Just why? Take a look.
Over 265 farmers groups took to the streets today to block roads and carry out rallies and marches in a nationwide agitation against the controversial farm bills. Much of the protest was concentrated in the states of Punjab and Haryana, where farm yields are high.
ये जो कानून बनाने जा रहे हो, इसको कानून ना बनाया जा। तीनों जो कानून हैं, ये देश उजाड़ने के हैं, खेती विरोधी हैं, किसान विरोधी हैं।
In Punjab, a complete shutdown was called for by 31 farmers groups protesting under the Bharatiya Kisan Union banner. The angry farmers occupied multiple highways and railway tracks across the state.
ये हाईवे है शंभू बॉर्डर, हरियाणा पंजाब को जोड़ने वाला बॉर्डर है। यहाँ पर ट्रैफिक के हालात क्या हैं? आप देखिए, यहाँ पर कई किलोमीटर ट्रैफिक की लंबी जाम लगे हुए हैं। तो दूसरी तरफ अगर कैमरे को मैं इस तरफ पैन करूं, जहाँ पर किसान प्रोटेस्ट पर बैठे हुए हैं, तो आप देख सकते हैं कि हजारों की तादाद में किसान वहाँ पर वो भाषणबाजी चल रही है।
Farmers also protested across Uttar Pradesh.
मेरे पास 6 बीघे जमीन है, 2 क्विंटल बीघे के हिसाब से उसमें 12 क्विंटल धान पैदा होते हैं। 2 महीने बचा लिए, मैं 10 क्विंटल धान अपना दिल्ली बेचने लेके जाऊंगा, बम्बई बेचने लेके जाऊंगा, वो किराए के लायक भी नहीं है। तुमने किसके लिए कानून बनाया?
In Noida, which borders national capital Delhi, there was heavy police deployment in riot gear to keep the farmers from crossing the border.
Farmers have come to the Delhi-Noida border on tractors, demanding that the government take back the 3 farm bills that they are calling Kisan Virodi. And as you can see behind me here, there is a sea of farmers that has arrived to do chakka jam at the Delhi-Noida border. The police security is in place and they are not going to let the farmers cross this border.
हमें लिखित रूप में दे दिया जाएगा, हम कोई तस्लीम जाए, इसमें व्यापारी कोई तुम्हारा रेट कम नहीं लेगा। लिखित रूप से जो कम लेगा उसके खिलाफ कार्रवाई करे। इस बात को लिख के क्यों नहीं दे सरकार?
Around 200 farmers were stopped in Noida Sector 14A. After protesting for over 3 hours, they dispersed. In poll-bound Bihar too, farmers gathered to protest the contentious bills. In South, hundreds of farmers blocked major highways in and around Bengaluru. In Tamil Nadu's Trichy, farmers gathered outside the collector's office, blocking traffic and sloganeering. They showed their dissatisfaction over the contentious farm bills. Bureau Report, India Today.
I want to raise a big question. Is there a sharp north-south divide when it comes to farmer protests over the Narendra Modi government's farm reforms? I'm joined by VM Singh. He's National Convener, All India Kisan Sangharsh Coordination Committee, and P. Chengal Reddy, Chief Advisor, Consortium of Indian Farmer Associations. Two sides of the story. Why don't you start, Mr. Singh? There's a sense one gets that while in Punjab and Haryana, the issue of minimum support price, the farmers' farm reforms have attracted strong reactions, South India has not seen the same kind of anger. This is only in the MSP-dominated state, the minimum support price states, the rice and wheat states. Punjab and Haryana is where the anger is, not outside these 2 states. How do you respond?
I don't think that is correct. Today, the Bandh was called not by the opposition, but by the Farmers Association. Secondly, when we talk about Punjab and Haryana being in the limelight, it's closer to Delhi, more visible. Therefore, the camera teams and all, they head to that in that direction, and we say Punjab is Bandh, Haryana is Bandh. Did somebody go to Uttar Pradesh today? I was the whole day in Uttar Pradesh and Uttarakhand.
No, but there have been sporadic protests. There have been sporadic protests. There's a sense that the farmers haven't yet quite got angry as a result of what the government has done. There are questions, but they're not angry.
Not really. What is angry? Pulling down shutters, breaking whatever government property is there? No. We have taught the farmers for the last 30 years. We go to court and get our things resolved from there. But this is something we can't go to court. Therefore, people came on the streets today. It was a resistance day. In one district, Bijnor, my Sangathan alone had 23 educational points, and every educational point had thousands of farmers there. I don't know why people can't see all that, because that is in Uttar Pradesh, Western UP. Likewise,
and what is the anger over? What is the anger over, Mr. VM Singh? Let's be very clear. Is the anger over simply that they are uncertain about the minimum support prices, about getting minimum support prices? Are they angry over the APMC system they believe being dismantled? What is the anger about? There seems a lack of clarity.
I'll tell you. It's a very simple case. Farmers who fed the nation during Corona expect some kind of protection from the central government when the central government introduces traders and corporates into the whole system today by virtue of these bills. All what we are saying today is you get whoever you want. We are not talking about APMC. All what we are talking about as such is give us protection. Anybody coming in, buying from us has to pay the minimum support price. Give us a guarantee for that nobody will buy under the minimum support price in the country. Just as such, we can't buy diesel, we can't buy fertilizer, we can't pay our electricity bills, we can't pay for the pesticide under the minimum support price that you've created for them.
Okay.
Based on that, we have our MSP. So please ensure that we get the minimum support price. As everyone's told you time and again, maize has a minimum support price of 1760. It's being sold for 700-800 rupees. Today, for the last 3 days, paddy has come in. It is 1855 per quintal. Is being sold for 1,000-1,100. We are not sure what the government wants to do. Lip service will not matter to us at all any longer, because we don't have...
Okay, so you want MSP, I take your point. You want MSP as a legal right within the law. I want to come to you, P. Okay, I want to come to Mr. Chengal Reddy. Mr. Chengal Reddy, am I simplifying the situation when I suggest that the principal area of agitation at the moment seems to be Punjab and Haryana, where the mandi structure in particular is strong and entrenched? In South India, there doesn't seem to be the same anger that private procurers are going to enter the market, that the farmer is going to get more choices. Is that true, that the MSP dominated states of North India is where the principal anger is?
See, you are talking about South and North. You forgot about East and West. There is nobody to represent Assam, Orissa, or Bihar, or Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand. They don't live. I mean, for us, even in farmers' activism, they don't exist because they are so poor and backward and all. The issue here is, we as a farmers' activists have been requesting for reforms for last 30 years. The simple question which the nation has to understand and appreciate today is, in 1990, you brought reforms and brought in about 8-10% growth in service and industrial sector. Why are you think you are lagging at 1% for farm sector all these 30 years? It is because there are no reforms. Reforms means not these ordinances, APMC, no. Reforms is an ongoing process right from 1 to 10. See, in fact, which I don't know why, I'm surprised that there is no agitation and a foreign direct investment in agriculture. Otherwise, some people were making halla gulla. And then genetic technology was approved by Mr. Modi. Today, APMC has come, then the Essential Commodities Act come, land lease has come. Now, as Mr. Singh Sati or many of us have been feeling is, we want some sort of a security assurance guarantee that minimum support price must be there in black and white. But one thing, before we go into that subject, we must understand, please understand our entire value chain. 60% is in fruits and vegetables, for which there is no MSP. And then there is another 30%, you have pulses, oil seeds, cotton, chili, umpty number of crops in which there is no MSP, even though they declare nothing is adopted. Now the question comes to MSP, Aditiyas, mandis and all that across the country, which probably, yes, there is some apprehensions and all that. I'm not going into details. The question here is, these reforms are welcome. First of all, let us be very clear.
They're welcome.
I mean, I don't know whether...
You're saying these reforms are welcome.
Absolutely. And we are thankful to Mr. Modi. I am using a very peculiar word. See, we farmers got independence in 47 for voting purpose. We are not liberated. See, look at the last 30, 40, 50 years. We are controlled by Aditiyas. We are controlled by checkposts. we are controlled by police, we are controlled by revenue, we are controlled by every Tom, Dick and Harry has a control over us. What the heck can farmers can do in the last 34 years? So therefore, the reforms is a beginning of a process where I would say, for example, let us say contract farming. What is the big thing about contract farming? You have a backward-forward linkage. See, look at the farm sector today. We don't get seed. We don't have extension. We are not secured of the price. Yes, there is bound to be 100 problems when you enter into a contract, when you enter into an MOU, when you enter into a long-term agreement on any aspect. But then question is, what is government to do? What are we farmers to do? I, as a farmers activist, I have made some observations. There are a lot of reforms have been brought, even service industry. They went about making umpty number of amendments, changes, and all that. Now, farm sector has brought in. Now, the act is being made. Now, the rules haven't been yet formed. Let me tell you, where are the rules now? See, because the nitty-gritties have to come in the rules, number one. Number two, the consultation process, yes, we have made umpty number of consultations to Planning Commission, Niti Aayog, everybody, we are pursuing. My submission to my friends is it correct if we go take to streets? And what is that I am going to ask government? Do you want to, close the dam bill and withdraw it? How can I don't know what governments can do. I mean, I am not an expert. All that I would say is, yes, the bill has come, it is welcome. There are some nitty-gritties, there are umpty number of doubts. We need to follow it up. As far as Mr. Modi or Congress...
I've got two clear viewpoints emerging, and this is what I wanted. Two clear viewpoints. Chengal Reddy suggesting that maybe this is a time to allow these farm reforms to at least be tested on the ground before the farmers hit the streets in agitational modes. And Mr. VM Singh was very clear that what is happening at the moment is against the farmers' interests, and therefore...
Rajdeep, if I can just come in for half
30 seconds.
If I can... Yeah, 30 seconds. We have already tested the bills. The contract farming came into Uttar Pradesh 67 years ago through the societies. We negotiate, we sign an agreement with the sugar mills, the corporates, and we have not got our payments as per the clauses there. We go to court. And now this bill says we can't even go to court. I don't know how Mr. Chengal Reddy says it can be tested. These are already tested and failed.
Okay.
These are already failed. And another failure as such is very simple. This bill came into existence, the ordinance came into existence on 5th of June. In July and August, maize came out there for sale, and maize was being sold for 700, 800, 900, when the market, the MSP rate was 1760. Nobody could go to one nation, one market, go and sell it outside because we don't have the means. These are things that are not there for us. Maybe for people like Mr. Chengal Reddy, I
will try and in the days ahead, we will have more opportunities to...
On the other hand, it says, well, there are some obstacles somewhere.
Okay.
Let's talk about the obstacles first.
Okay. I think I've heard two sides of... I've heard two viewpoints. I've heard two viewpoints, and that was the idea, to understand that there are two clear viewpoints emerging also among farm leaders. We hope that we can carry forward this debate in the weeks ahead. We will stay with this story. Thank you both very much for joining me. When we return...
Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.